Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Parkside Cabin Rentals. 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, cabins up to 6 or more bedrooms. They got pet-friendly cabins. They have waterside cabins, cabins that are secluded, cabins that are closer to Gatlinburg. They got one cabin that's basically right on the stretch down there at the Strip in downtown Gatlinburg. They've got any kind of cabin you might want, and they are all fully loaded in terms of just being entertainment centers. They are really nice. Visit ParksideCabinRentals.com and check out the many cabin designs for yourself. I promise you're going to be impressed by what they offer, and if you go up there and stay, you're going to get free parking whenever you go into Gatlinburg. Parkside Cabin Rentals. All right, we've done this the past couple of months, and this will be our final mid-month spot check because we're going to be in a tournament next mid-month. I'm just going to throw out the player's name. I'll read. You guys react. So I will assign these guys as we go. And we're just going to go by minutes played, average minute played. That's the democratic way to handle it. Mark, Kennedy Chandler, how's he been playing?
Still think he's going to go to the NBA, even though his performance might not be what we all thought it would have been thus far this year. But was great against Mississippi State. Was closed that game out yesterday. Really good player. Needs to continue to take care of the basketball better. Needs to knock down his free throws more, so we have more confidence with him having the ball late in games. But he's grown. He's taken to Barnes coaching, and you've seen some maturity here in the last couple games in his performance.
Chuck, Santiago Vescovi.
I think he continues to be your most valuable player. I mean, he's not just a shooter. He's a stat sheet stuffer. And you see it. You want to see how important he is to your team? See if the offense becomes stagnant when he leads the game. And I think that happened last night when he had 3 fouls, and you're almost thinking at times leave him in. Because, I mean, watch that in these games when you see how valuable he is when he's not on the court.
Oh, there is a definite effort with this guy that it's palpable. More than anybody on the team, in my view. He's just constant effort out there. All right. Josiah Jordan-James.
He's playing much better. I wanted to do him because earlier in the year you asked me about him, and I had to say we needed more from him. Well, we got it. I think it's stemming from the Texas game when he missed that shot. I've been a player, missed some shots that could have won the team the game, could have took us to overtime, and then after that you get a lot of more energy, and either your confidence is going to go up or down. I believe his went up. I believe he went to the gym after that, and it showed. He's always been a leader. He's always played great defense. Last night he didn't shoot great, and he still got 10 rebounds, and I think that's monster effort for him. So salute to him right now. Keep going.
All right, Jimmy, John Fulkerson.
What he did last night is what he needs to do. 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. He played really solid. He's not been consistent. He hadn't been consistent since he got COVID around Christmas time, but he needs to bring that consistency. It's even more important now without Olivier Cumwa. But I think he's the guy that is more reliable as a big man inside rather than Huntley Hatfield or Euros or Adu. They have got to get Fulkerson to playing consistently. If he can give him what he gave him last night, that makes his team a lot better.
Mark, Zakai Ziggler, who Mike Wilson of the Sentinel wrote a really nice piece about him a week or two ago detailing his history. People already liked Ziggler for the effort he was giving. And this is a guy who, when the word got out that Rick Barnes was going to sign him, of course, everyone was like, what are you doing with this guy? He's not a 5-star. What do you want him? His effort won people over. And then I think Mike Wilson's story talking about his background really made him a fan favorite and a cult hero around here. Your thoughts on Zakai Ziggler and all he brings to this team?
Well, I mean, all that stuff, but he's also a really good basketball player and is the dimension that we need. We don't have a guy outside of Kenny at times that can get into the paint and help make the game easier for others. His speed, the way that he can get into the paint, opens up the floor for other people. And then his toughness and the way that he can guard the basketball is a difference maker for this team. I think as you've seen him grow, you've seen this team grow, and his impact has been all over this team.
Chuck, Justin Powell.
Well, I mean, it seems like it's been a little bit of a struggle getting some shots to go down. Last night, I think, 0 for 6 from the field, 0 for 2 on threes. And it's tough in that role to come in off the bench, and you may have limited minutes, and you feel like you got to make everything count. But I thought Coach Barnes had an interesting line about how many rebounds he had. He said he had 6 rebounds and 3 were on offense after he missed the shot each time. So that's a Moses Malone stat is what he called it. But, I mean, you just hope it gets it going. As we've said, this is somebody who shot 44% from the field in SEC play. So we know he can shoot the ball. That was at Auburn, right?
Yeah.
But we know he can shoot the ball. They just need to start falling.
Not a full season doing that,
Yeah,
but still. It was a
Well, it's like
sizable
10
chunk.
game,
Yeah.
I think, and then missed the rest of the time after having a concussion.
Yep.
So, but just hope he gets going.
Isaiah Uros Plavsic.
I like the minutes he's been getting. I don't think he's ever going to play 30 minutes a game, but he sets good screens, good rebound. Had a real nice drop-off pass to James for the dunk last night. So I think he's really solid and giving us a dimension that is hard to deal with for some teams.
He has already outdeveloped what I thought he was going to be when I first saw him when he arrived.
He's not dragging around. We're playing fast still when he's in the game, and he's getting up and down the court.
Jimmy, Victor Bailey, who could go into the same category with Justin Powell. Those two are, it's kind of like they haven't earned more minutes, yet they struggle with the minutes they get. And it's like you expected more from both of those guys than what you've seen based on the reputation when they arrived here.
It's kind of interesting. Last year, there was a 3-game stretch where he was averaging over 20 points a game. Now when he goes in the game, he passed up a shot last night. It's like he has lost so much confidence in his shooting. It's like he doesn't even want to shoot now. And earlier in the year, I thought he was jacking him up too quick in the shot clock. So now I'm trying to figure out what is his role right now. Maybe it's to bring some energy. He had a nice basket against Texas. He does play hard. I think he can play good defense. But his role on offense, I'm curious about that right now. But I'm just not really sure what he's supposed to be doing right now.
Mark, let me get a coaching perspective on that because, again, I think Powell and Bailey, there's a little bit of that same thing. It's hard to find everybody a role that they're good at and that you know exactly this is what they're going to bring when they do it. It seems like those two, you came in expecting this from them. Either they don't get enough minutes to really develop that or they don't show it when they get the minutes. But they seem like two sides of the same coin to me in terms of you wanted this, but for some reason it's just not clicking yet. As a coach, how do you handle that?
Well, one, you keep feeding them confidence, whether it's in film study or in the gym, rebounding for them and getting them reps. And the challenge is focusing on just the defense, focusing on the effort. And if you can make that the priority, you got to trust that the skill will come of being able to make shots. But one thing that Barnes has done, you go up and down this list, almost every one of these players has struggled at times, every one of them. And one thing that Barnes in this culture, back to the players asking for Brandon Huntley-Hatfield, what they've done is Josiah's playing better also because the teammates have trusted him the entire year. They say, keep shooting. We need you out there. You're a leader. That doesn't just happen by happenstance. It's very easy to say, you know what, Josiah ain't playing, Coach. I'm Bailey. Put me in. I deserve to play more.
Right.
And so what Coach Barnes has done with this talented roster is impressive by being able to make these guys all play together despite some of their challenges throughout the season.
Very good. All right. When we come back, number 4, Kentucky is coming to town. Then you get a trip to Arkansas. It's a big week. Like I said, Tennessee's on the edge of an SEC title race. They've got 4 games ahead with the big boys. It's in their hands at this moment. Can they put it together? We'll also talk about some of the bracket projections for the Vols. That's all next. Come on back on the Sports Source.